So there's a story here, if I understand it correctly, which is that we had a regulation. We used to have a regulation, I think I'm right about this, Mary, that prohibited the sale of frozen lobster parts, mostly tails, right? And it was one of some scores of regulations that hadn't been examined recently, that hadn't been rethought recently, and that was holding back, in this case, cost of lobster. We launched in October of 2011 an initiative under the leadership of Secretary Bielecki, but with the active participation of AIM and others, to re-examine our regulatory frameworks. Some 1,791 different regulations. We went through them systematically with the view what were stale, with what needed to be updated, what should be eliminated entirely. Because as we have emphasized investments in education, innovation, and infrastructure to grow opportunity and grow jobs, we have also had to pay attention to the cost of doing business. And regulatory impact is a cost that needs to be dealt with. Because of that work and the systematic cooperation of so many, we're here to announce today that some 255 of those regulations have been eliminated or reformed, and that we now have, we are confident, one of the most up-to-date regulatory frameworks for business anywhere in America. And I want to thank you for that effort, Secretary Bielecki.
Basically, it's going to allow us to process lobsters we couldn't process in Massachusetts, which means we separate the tail, and we can sell the lobsters shell on where we couldn't before. So there's another sector of a market out there that hasn't been able to purchase it. Restaurants now can use the tails on their menu where they couldn't before. All the rest of the country, except for parts of New England, are able to use shell-on parts of lobsters. And it was regulated out, these old regulations, rule laws, for other crazy reasons that don't make any sense anymore. So it really is going to open up some more economic opportunities for processing and for the restaurants to be able to sell this product that they couldn't sell before.